You rushed me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome very much. I keep saying welcome very much. I just get so excited for these things. Welcome to our final evening of the Couch Music's and Hawks and Reed's series, Music Speaks, Amplifying Black Voices. It's been an incredible month of music. We've had some incredible shows. If you have not yet gone back and checked the shows that you might have missed, please go back and check out Rebel and, of course, Blessed Energy from last weekend. It was a really beautiful weekend, and unfortunately, we had to cancel one of our shows for this weekend with Samira Evans and Franz Robert last night, but we are going to bring them back in March, exactly 1 month away, on March 26th, Friday, March 26th at 7 p.m., right here at Hawks and Reed. So please come back for that, and you can still register for that show. They're healing up, but we've got some wonderful, healthy, and beautiful individuals behind me here tonight. We're going to get going with their music very shortly. I just got to thank a couple people because, you know, the reality of this whole experience that we've been doing here together since, well, you know, Couch Music's been doing this since May or so of last year. And there's been a lot that's gone into this whole project. And it's just been a treasure, it's been a pleasure, it's been an honor to be involved with the musicians and be able, you know, I'm selfishly able to surround myself with music during a time when a lot of people don't get to experience that. So I acknowledge that and I'm grateful for that honor. But we have to thank all the people involved. We've got some incredible people on our team here. We have Hawks and Reed, of course. This is the Perch of Hawks and Reed. It's a space you might not be as familiar with as their main ballroom. It's one of many spaces that Hawks and Reed has to offer. So when we can come back for live music, make sure to come down to Hawks and Reed. So thank you to Hawks and Reed, of course, for providing this beautiful venue. We're thankful for Dan Richardson, of course, on sound. He's been giving us beautiful, beautiful sound. We have Lauren behind a camera, Ben behind a camera, Kate behind a camera. We're so grateful to have people coming and manning these cameras for us. It makes a big difference to have those active shots. We got Fred up on lights here tonight. We have Kara on behind-the-scenes duties. She'll be commenting in the thread tonight on our stream in our community chat. And if you're not on our community chat yet and you want to be on the website and see the best quality version of the stream, please go to CouchMusic.Live and get there through the virtual venue tab. You can register for the show tonight, and it'll send you the link right away. Okay, just a few sponsors to mention, and we'll get rolling with the music. We're so grateful for River Valley Co-op. They're amazing, amazing. We love River Valley Co-op. Thank you. Atkins Farms Market, of course. Greenfield Savings Bank. Thank you, Greenfield Savings Bank. Belly of the Beast. I love them. I love them. I love their food. So yummy. GCTV and MCTV for giving us these beautiful cameras. Makes a huge difference for our show. We got 7 cameras on stage tonight. Oh, it's exciting. I'm really excited. And of course, MoCA. MoCA is offering us 2 free gallery passes, and anyone who donates $10 to the show in any form, whether that's through your donation through Eventbrite or the donation PayPal or Venmo that you'll see listed on the bottom of your screen there, anyone who donates $10 or more will be entered to win those 2 free gallery passes for MoCA when you feel comfortable going and enjoying that. So please donate as much as you can. Give to these artists. They're here all the way from Connecticut. And finally, the beautiful artwork you see around us tonight has been offered to us this evening by Mr. Rodney Madison. We're so grateful to have this gorgeous artwork to have as our backdrop tonight. Thank you, Rodney. It means a lot to us. I could probably keep going, but I'm going to stop. I'm Toby. It's been an honor to be part of this series. We hope you come back in March. And I hope that you enjoy this incredible, incredible show with the Lost Tribe, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Lost Tribe.
need more applause than that. Thank you, everybody. This microphone is having a malfunction at the moment. But while this microphone is getting situated, I'm just going to hold it like this. Thank you for everybody that is out there, that is listening, that is watching, that has supported this group. Yeah, I gotta catch my breath too. Thank you. Perfect. So perfect. Once again, thank you. Womp, womp. Thank you to everybody that's out there, that's listening, that's watching. We are the Lost Tribe. As Toby mentioned, the majority of us are here from Connecticut. This has been a group that's been, I think, years in the making. And the reason that I say that is that in Connecticut, in Hartford, in the Hartford area where the majority of us come from, there's a long-standing history of music and arts programs that emphasize the culture and arts of Africa and the African diaspora. And that is where this group has come from. A lot of our background comes from a place called the Artist Collective in Hartford that was started by, amongst other people, Jackie McLean, amongst other people, Paul Brown. And the idea of the Artist Collective was to have a place for people of color, black, brown, everybody, to come and learn about African arts and how they relate to different art forms that are in America. And for myself personally, that was a huge experience, a life-changing experience to be part of an organization like that, and a huge impetus for me to be able to start a group like this. Many of us met through the Artist Collective, myself and Assad, DJ Stealth over there, myself and Mike Carabello back here on the keys. Yeah, right, Assad was playing trumpet when we met him, yeah. And Chris Vigorous over here next to me also was a student at the Artist Collective. And so the next piece that I want to do is a new piece for this group. And it has to do with the fact that in thinking about doing this presentation, I wanted to do something that highlighted the history of African percussion in America. At the moment, I'm currently a student at Wesleyan University in Middletown, Connecticut, working towards my PhD in ethnomusicology. And thank you, appreciate it. As such, one of my areas of focus, and particularly as it pertained to my master's thesis, was trying to trace the history of these drums in the United States within the African American community. I did some interviews and I did some work with people in Washington, D.C., which has a very rich history of drumming, dancing, culture, arts, things of that nature. But Hartford also has its own history. And so for this next piece, what you're going to hear are the words of 3 different pioneers, I call them. So the piece is called In Praise of the Pioneers. And the pioneers that you're going to hear are Chief Bey, Babatunde Olatunji, and Greg Ince. And just before we start, I want to talk a little bit about each one of them. So as I was growing up playing djembe and other forms of African music, I heard 2 names a lot from different people. I heard Chief Bey's name a lot. I heard Babatunde Olatunji's name a lot. And when you're like, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, you don't necessarily know what that means, who those people are, why they're important. Babatunde Olatunji in particular is one of the pioneers of someone who popularized African music within popular music. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's the first person to win a Grammy for world music. I'm going to fact check that when I'm done with this. Forgive me if I said the wrong thing, but needless to say, Babatunde Olatunji is of Nigerian heritage, was not a drummer by trade, but wanted to show people African heritage, culture, things of that nature. His groups and his albums are legendary. Many important drummers were a part of his group. So I heard that name a lot when I was younger. And then as I was working on my thesis and now working on a dissertation, I kind of have that name in my mind as someone who's very important. Chief Bey was another person whose name I heard a lot. And I didn't quite understand why. I didn't know why he was important. I knew that he was everybody's teacher. Everybody studied with Chief Bey. And Chief Bey, born in South Carolina but raised in New York City, and I'm distilling a lot of this information, but he was important actually in the construction of this drum right here, the djembe. The reason that this djembe is constructed like it is right now is because Chief Bey is the person that did a little test run and figured out how to use rings, amongst other things, figured out how to not tack the skin onto the djembe so that you can have more, pliability, you can have more flexibility in how you tune the drum. So Chief Bey is the pioneer of that in particular, an African-American man who was playing ashigo drums first. He wasn't even playing djembe first. So all of these things are kind of what I'm figuring out now as part of my journey. And the first person to teach me some of these things in my journey was Greg Ince, another African-American black man with different heritage and different cultural background, also based in New York City. And he used to come to Hartford to the Artist Collective to teach when I was first learning drums. And we were learning African rhythms, but we didn't necessarily have these djembes. We had these congas right here. Maybe we had the doon-doon, I don't know. But it was always kind of this kind of Pan-African mishmash. Let's come up with some rhythms. Let's invest in our culture and things of that nature. And so I always kind of wondered what that was. And so within these past few years of studying and dealing with ethnomusicology and trying to get the history and trying to get the culture, I've, I wouldn't want to say learn different things, but now I've had aha moments of like, oh, that's what people were talking about, and that's why he was important, and this is what this person did. So this next piece we're going to do is in honor of Chief Bey. It's in honor of Babatunde Olatunji, and it's in honor of Greg Ince, and it's called In Praise of the Pioneers.
In the year 1913. I worked in MoCA, the production of the Kakilame, Leontine Rice, William Murphy, those were the people that I was associated with, and of course my ancestors. I was in Austria, in Yugoslavia, I was in Belgrade, I was in Stalingrad, London, Italy, but we sang, Volume Best, sang on the Scala stage, Opera House. We was at up in Bogota, South America, with Pearl Primus. I went all throughout Africa. Went to Egypt, we went to Morocco, Jordan River. music is the first law set into creation. Sound is the first law. And I know that I'm only a tool through which all of this passes. I'm only an instrument. This is my savior. This has saved my life. This has turned me around to something else very profound. That's what it has done for me. I wanted to learn how to string up the bata. Nobody would show me how to do it. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. I lay down one night and put my hand up on my head. The drum said, "Beam," right in front of me. Unlaced itself, strand by strand, down to the bare wood, everything, then put itself back together again. I got up and put the drum together. Didn't know nothing. When I made my first set of batas, we called Pancho Moro to come and look at it and see him. And Pancho Moro said, "I haven't seen anything like this since I left Cuba."
If you can sing it, you can play it on the drum. Go go do go do go do go 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 do go do gung gung bata gung go do gung gung go do 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 go do gung gung 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 go do gung go do go do gung gung go do gung go do go do gung gung go do gung go do go do gung gung go do gung go do go do gung gung go do gung go do go do gung gung go do gung go do go do gung gung go do gung gung go do gung gung go do.
I must have been about 3 years old when I just first started doing all this drumming and dancing. My older brother, Walter Ince, is 11 years older than me, so he's the one who kind of like led our family into it, which was powerful. You know, my mother originally from Panama, and my father originally from Cuba, Santiago, his family. You know, both of them came here to the States and met each other and had their children here. So we're all a product of Latino and Caribbean, you know, background. You know, before the djembe came along, we were just playing congas and stuff, you know, Sakara and Bell, and that was my beginning. You know, I mean, this was a new time for all of us. You know, Papalaji brought the djembe to this country in 1957, and so prior to that, I was drumming, I was dancing already. And, of course, he showed me how to play the chords and how to get the technique down, for all of the stuff that I was doing, Cuban style, Caribbean style. And it was real nice just being able to play like that for years, before I even knew what a djembe was. For about a year, I was about 9 years old, and I started working with Papalachi then, at that time. I was just dancing, I was just doing his dance. For a whole entire year, I worked with him as a dancer. It wasn't until after that year was up that I had the gumption to ask him, Papalachi, can I be in your company? I'd be watching the rehearsals and seeing what they was doing. And then after a while, I was part of that. So it felt really good at that time because, Papalachi was really the only one from Guinea that kind of led the way during that time. We were like, man, we can get some more Guinea folks. But really, it was a lot of Senegalese here, some people from Mali. But primarily, Papalachi was really the only Guinea person. To continue that process, and here in the States, growing up with it, man, I was doing this all my life. It's all I know, and following in the same kind of footsteps. My brother led the way for me. Walter Ince. This is the type of music style and dance style and everything, the culture as a whole, that we can uplift not only ourselves but our children. People come up to me and say, "Oh, my brother, you must be from Senegal. Oh, you must be from Guinea." I'm like, "No, I'm from Brooklyn." Then they get mad. They want to have an attitude and fight you. But the idea is that Africa is right here in our heart. I ain't been there yet. It's right in my spirit. So it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? If you go there, you not go there. You follow who you are. And so you represent the culture in its brightest light.
Thank you, everybody. It's a little weird to not have the audience right here, but I think we're okay. I think the people in the room felt that one. Hopefully, everyone at home felt that one. It definitely was inspiring for me, like I said, to really just take stock in everything that I've learned, everything that I'm doing, and be able to put it into music like that. So the next piece that we want to do also comes from the Guinea djembe repertoire. The first piece that we did was called Kakilame, and Kakilame comes from Guinea, West Africa, from the Baga people, from the MoCA region of Guinea, West Africa. And what happened when a lot of these people like Chief Bey and Babatunde Olatunji and Greg Ince were learning and teaching about this music, Greg Ince mentioned somebody named Laji Camara. Laji Camara was the first Guinea djembe player who came and relocated to the United States and really started teaching people about the drums, about the music, And so what you had, and this is something that I'm learning a lot about, is you kind of had like discrepancies in what certain rhythms are. How do you play it? What's the right part, quote unquote? Things of that nature. And so when I go about kind of, presenting this group and the music and the repertoire, something that I'm really big on is how can we reimagine some of these djembe parts so that it's not necessarily a right or a wrong, it's just the way that we're presenting it as people that are from the diaspora, getting the information secondhand, and then what are we doing with it? So with that being said, this next piece that we're gonna play, which is on our first album, which is on Bandcamp, if you wanna go online and find it, it's called Sorsonne. And actually, now that I think about it, Sorsonne is also a Baga rhythm. That was like pure coincidence that we ended up doing those two things. But Sorsonne is also a Baga rhythm, and we have reimagined it for this band. And once upon a time it included a djembe player, but even without the djembe, we're still using the same rhythms. We're still doing the same things, still having the same song that goes with it. So we like to play Sorsonne. Thank you, everybody. Once again, Sorsonne, reimagined, remixed a little bit. Give it up for DJ Stealth over there. Give it up for DJ Stealth. We have Chris Vigorous over here next to me. The Vigorous one. Tell him one more time. Tell him. You got to give it to him in the mic right here. Give him.
Boom!
Hey.
Shot of positive energy.
Yes. We have Aisha over here on the congas, the shaker. All of the percussion things over there. All the things back there. We have Mike Carabello back here on the keys. Doing double duty back there, giving us some bass, giving us some chords, all the things, yes, all the things. And Matt Belleva, oh my God. Yeah. Matt was one of the first people I reached out to in putting together this group, whether he knows it or not. He was one of the very key people that when I wanted to start this group, he might have been actually the first person. You might have literally been the first person that I reached out to start this group. I mean, as you can tell, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. So, this group, you might have seen us in different places, even in different videos or whatever. There's a rotating cast of characters, as is the case, I think with any group out there. But I do try to keep it to, a similar core group of people. Matt was the first person who was guitarist in this group. Doug Wilson is with us now, so if you ever see us anywhere and you see Doug, he's another monster on the guitar. Joel Hewitt plays bass. So everybody, a lot of different people involved. But we all come together, like I said, under the name of the diaspora, under the name of, how can we reimagine this music that we all know, that we all love, these rhythms, these things that we all know, and take them and kind of put them into this context. So one of the next projects that we're going to be putting out was inspired, again, by my studies in ethnomusicology. And one of the things that I went over in a class last semester was talking about hip-hop in Africa. Aisha and I were lucky enough to travel to Senegal end of 2019. It seems like it was like 10 years ago. It seems like it was forever ago at this point. But we traveled to Senegal. Aisha has been involved with, I think, various African hip-hop groups over time, I would say. As you see, we have over there someone like Assad, who's a DJ, who's a jazz musician, producer, just many, many, many different things. And so when I was getting together this particular project for one of my seminars at Wesleyan, there was something that we watched and we talked about hip-hop in Senegal, West Africa. And seeing as how we had just got back from Senegal, it really hit home for me watching the documentary and listening to Senegalese people talk about their views on African Americans and what they think hip-hop is. And then there's kind of, what I'm finding out a lot is there's this cross-cultural exchange, is what I'm calling it, of just people borrowing ideas from one another and having different understandings of different cultures when really we're kind of all doing the same thing, is how I look at it. So I had to put this little thing over there just for a second, but I actually was wondering if Assad, he said something really profound when we were having a conversation and having a discussion about hip-hop and African culture and the diaspora and everything. It's something about, you said something, hip-hop, Africanizing.
Africanizing street culture.
Street culture, yeah. So I'm going to get myself situated over there, and I wonder if Assad might speak a little bit about that.
Well, when I said that, I was thinking of how Black American culture and urban street culture always intersect no matter what generation it is, and the similarities between traditional African culture and what we call hip-hop. So hip-hop, Africanizing street culture, meaning bringing everybody together, making more people community-oriented, more emphasis on learning art, value in art, artistic values, entrepreneurship, spirituality, and community and individual growth. All of those has been seen in hip hop, is still happening in hip hop culture. It's not often seen in mainstream culture because that is streamlined through a pop lens. But just like African culture is sometimes streamlined through a lens, hip hop is as well. But the culture of it still remains no matter what's going on in the mainstream. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, so when you have people in your circle and around you who are thinking thoughts like that, and who are kind of, like kind of being able to do different things musically, it really inspired me as far as this group goes to be able to start a different project and different music that infuses kind of the ideas of hip hop. At the minimum, the turntable, as you see Assad has over here. So this next piece, again, is a djembe rhythm that may or may not involve this djembe right here, but we'll see how I feel. But as you see, I'm jumping around to a lot of things, but that's what I do. So I can't stay in one place. It's hard.
You're Virgos.
Full moon and Virgo tonight.
We have a lot of Virgos on stage up here.
In Pisces.
Hey! Oh, wait.
Pisces birthday.
Wait, yeah.
Your birthday.
Yeah, actually, Pisces, isn't your birthday coming? So, either way. So, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We get distracted really easily. I'm sorry. So this next piece that we're going to play is going to feature DJ Stealth. It's going to feature Chris Vigorous. And then actually also should mention that the track that you're going to hear on here features Dylan McDonald on the flute. Please give a round of applause for Dylan. He came through on this track. If you're interested in what you see, we actually have a live video of us playing this song on our YouTube channel, so slide that in there. And this is called Komodanu.
All right. Oh, there was a piece of paper. There it is.
We're going to continue with a few more pieces, if that's okay with everybody. We're going to continue. Yeah, I heard one clap back there. Yeah, at home, hopefully you're clapping too. I do want to remind everybody that it would be wonderful that even if you're watching and you're enjoying what you're hearing, please consider donating to the cause. There's tips that you can provide via Venmo or PayPal from CouchMusic.Live. One word, no dot. Did I get that right? Yeah? Good. So tips are very welcome, very appreciated through Venmo, PayPal. Thank you to our sponsors, River Valley Co-op, Atkins Farms Market, Greenfield Savings Bank, Belly of the Beast, Mass MoCA, doing the giveaway, yeah? Am I doing all this right here? GCTV, MCTV. Shout out to Rodney Madison, whose artwork is behind us. Thank you so much for that, giving us the ambiance, giving us the vibe and the energy. Give it to him one more time. But yes, all of those things. So we want to continue with a piece that I like to call redirection. Excuse me, I'm sorry, redefinition. Let me get my own thing right. Jeez.
Redirecting there.
I mean, we redirected some stuff in here, but we're also redefining some things too. Yeah, thank you. So this song, like everything we're doing, comes from the idea of a djembe rhythm was the first impetus for creating this song. Actually, secondly, and I don't know if these guys up here know this, my other inspiration for this song was actually a kora song. Believe it or not. Yeah, for those of us that know what the kora is and what that is. Yeah. So I don't know if you're going to be able to necessarily hear that in what we're doing, but those were the two things that actually prompted this next song that's coming up. It'll be part of the project that, Assad and I were part of, having that conversation, talking about hip-hop, African-American culture, so on and so forth. I can't wait for it to come out. Once there's an actual release date, you guys will be the first to know. We'll post it. We'll do something with it. It's all in the works right now, but Redefinition is this next song. Someone said, I heard that. I heard, they don't know. Oh, man. Once again, thank you, everybody. We are the Lost Tribe. I think we got one or two more in us up here. I think we have a few more pieces left in us up here. The next piece that will flow into the last piece is actually gonna feature Matt Bellavo on guitar a little bit. Give it up for Matt. There's gonna be a little bit of vocal something coming from my Shay over there. And then we're gonna finish it off with the piece called Goombay. That's another djembe rhythm that we have reorchestrated for this band. So this next piece before Goombay that's gonna start with Matt is called Yada B. And Yada B translates to passion. It is one of the kind of the new standards, quote unquote, of Mande West African music. You'll probably hear a lot of different people play it. The core players of the world, the Tumani Diabates, people of that nature, play Yada B. And so we're gonna play it a little bit Lost Tribe way, and we're gonna finish it out for you guys. Once again, thank you so much for having us. Thank you to all the sponsors. Please consider donating to the cause via PayPal, via Venmo, to CouchMusicLive. Everything that you're donating goes towards being able to have an event like this. There's a lot of legwork that goes into anything like this, from the sound people, the camera people, us on stage, everybody getting to a certain place, the lights, everything. There's a lot that goes on. So any little bit that you feel so inclined to donate will help this cause and help for things like this to be able to happen again in the future as we all kind of brace for whatever this world is going to be after COVID, and whether we can have live music events again or not. Let's be able to have things like this. So please consider donating. So we're going to let Matt take it away. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Keep going, Matt. Give it up for Matt Beliveau on the guitar. Give it up for Mike Carabello on the keys. Chris Vigorous on these drums over here. Aisha over there on the congas, on the vocals. DJ Stealth, Desai Jackson. On the turntables, on the ones and twos. On the doon as well. My name is Jocelyn Pleasant. We are the Lost Tribe. Thank you so much to Couch Music and everybody and all the sponsors for having us tonight. I think it's time to call it a night, yo. Drummers, you ready? I said, drummers, you ready?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Does it have to end? Does it have to end? I mean, I don't want, no, trust me. My voice is not nearly going to compete with what I just experienced right there. Thank you so much. Holy cow. Wow, all right. Well, you guys, I'm afraid that is sadly the end of that performance by the Lost Tribe. I want to hear every single person in your homes right now, down the street in Greenfield and beyond, clapping as loud as you can right now and cheering for the Lost Tribe. I think I heard some people. I'm pretty sure I've got pretty good hearing. All right, thank you all for coming and being part of this experience with us. We are so grateful to have the Lost Tribe up from Connecticut. Thank you guys for being here with us. It was such a great show. I couldn't sit still in my seat there the whole time. I hope you guys enjoyed your experience at home. You know, we've been putting these things together for a while now. I hope you enjoy what you're experiencing, and we hope that you keep coming back to our shows in the future. Again, we are so grateful to be here at Hawks and Reed. This is their perch, one of the many areas that's a little more, as you can see, sort of, you can make it into, it's a canvas. You can make it into whatever you want up here. It's a beautiful space here at Hawks and Reed on the 4th floor. They also have the ballroom and, of course, the Pushkin and other beautiful spaces here in the wheelhouse downstairs. So when times are coming back to normal and people can start to come out safely again, we hope you'll come and celebrate with us here at Hawks and Reed. Thank you guys so very much. The Lost Tribe, oh my God, geez. So just a couple things. Thank you again to Dan Richardson on sound. He's been making everything sound so good. We could not do this to the quality that we've done it without him. Thank you, Dan. It's been so great. I'm so grateful to have you here. Of course, Fred up on lights tonight. The lights looked great. Thank you so much. We have Rodney's artwork around us. We're so grateful to have Rodney's artwork here. This is like beautiful stuff. I'm sure it's probably for sale. Look him up. I'm sure you can find him online. There's a slide with his information at the end of the show. We're so grateful for Ben and Steve and all of Hawks and Reed, Kate on cameras, Lauren on cameras and beyond. She's my emotional support. She's everything to me. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you to Kara, of course. Thank you to, are there other people to thank? John, who helped us with lights. We're so grateful for John. And, of course, we have our sponsors to thank, too. MCTV and GCTV have given us these great cameras to get this great show for you. We're so grateful to them. Of course, we have River Valley Co-op. We have Atkins Farms Market, Greenfield Savings Bank, Belly of the Beast, and, of course, Mass MoCA. Again, if you have not yet donated to the show and you would like to, please give to the show in our PayPal or Venmo at CouchMusicLive, no dot, CouchMusicLive. It's at the bottom of the screen right here. Probably I'm pointing to it. All right. And please donate if you can. If you donate $10 or more, you'll be entered for a chance to win 2 free gallery passes to Mass MoCA. Geez, I don't want this to end. All I can say is that we're not totally done because our series is now being pushed out to the end of March. On March 26th, Friday, March 26th, we have Samira Evans and Franz Robert coming back into Hawks and Reed for some beautiful jazz. If you're a fan of jazz or you're just a fan of great human beings, we encourage you to come back then. There's lots of more stuff that's going to be coming up for both Couch Music and Hawks and Reed as well, so keep your eyes and ears open. Thank you for being our amazing, loyal audience. It's been incredible. You guys have shown us so much support, and we are just incredibly grateful. And of course, thank you to all the incredible performers throughout this entire series who have come to bless our stage and give us their wise words of wisdom. You guys have so much beautiful wisdom to share with all of us, so thank you. Thank you to Jocelyn and all of these incredible folks on this stage tonight. We love you. I'm Toby. We'll see you guys hopefully in the very near future. Take care and be well.
You may the Almighty protect us. No justice, no peace, and Wolof. Come on, Jola. Move on. Balante, muévete, that's right. Ashe, the lost track. Come on. With it, move 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 it. Say their names. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. Say their names. Oluwatoyin Salau, Rayshard Brooks, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice. Say their names. Michael Brown, Eric Garner, Philando Castile, Sandra Bland. Say their names. Ahmaud Arbery, Justin Howell, Sean Monterosa. Say their names. Levante Biggs, Marco Lau. Say their names. Ulterior Woods, Anthony Hill, Maya Hall. Say their names. Move it, 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 move it. Pamela Turner, Willie Tillman, Jordan Edwards, Frank Smart. Say their names. Say their names. Move it, 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 move it. Say their names. Say their their name. And the list goes on. Su akile famuyam, du